What's good, family? New York, we here now. It's the Betting Exchange live on MSG, where we debate the picks for tonight's action and take you through the process on how we got there. I'm Jeff Johnson, representing the Q Borough, Queens, New York, bringing you that native New York flavor, and hopefully with these bets, bringing you a little bit of extra cash in your pocket too. And I'm joined by three of the dopest people on the planet. And let me introduce you to them. First off, Jets fans, you know who this is, but if you don't know, he gonna let you know. Erik Coleman, what's up?
What's up, world? Erik Coleman here, 9-year NFL vet. I'm here to use my playing experience to help you make $1 out of 15 cents.
And 15 cents can bring you a whole lot of bags. On the other side of the table, my co-host, the incomparable Katie Mox. Katie, what's up, co-host?
Hey, y'all. How's it going? What's up, Jets fans? You have absolutely no idea who I am, but that's okay. I'm your resident degenerate gambler, but in nice packaging. Hopefully we can make some money together.
I want to make all the money with y'all. And on the other side of the screen, joining us from Las Vegas, the mecca of sports betting, the one, the only, Minty Bets. Minty, what's going on?
What is up, everyone? Minty from Vegas, like Jeff said, from Yahoo Sportsbook here. I'm so excited to kick off week 2 with you guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, well, now that we're better acquainted, what do you say we get this party started? And no good party really starts without a good pregame, a tailgate, if you will. So why don't we start our first segment, pre-gaming. Are y'all ready?
All right, let's get it.
All right, we've got a big NFC East matchup tonight. The New York Giants taking on the Washington football team. Fitzpatrick is out. Heineke is in. 3.5 points. Of course, the Washington football team is favored. What do you think of this quarterback situation? I want to know who you guys are taking tonight to win the game. Let's start with Jeff.
All right, so before we get into the game and my pick, let's talk about the spread. The spread is a margin of victory bet on the line. So right now, Washington is favored by 3.5. For them to cover, you would need them to win by 4 or more. And having said that, all these people who know me watching, I'm picking the Washington football team. I'm not betting on the Giants. When I looked at them playing in those 2 games, to me, it just seemed like Washington was more prepared to play. And I know they've had a whole week. It's a short week. They're playing tonight. And I just think I'm going to bet on the defense. I'm going to bet on the defense, and I just feel more secure in that bet with the Giants, with the Washington football team.
All right, so Jeff is banking on the defense. Somebody that knows a thing or two about defense. Erik, what do you think?
I'm going to ride with Jeff.
Oh.
Listen, I have to go with the defense of the Washington football team. Ron Rivera has put this team in a great position. They have pass rushers, Chase Young and Montez Sweat. In the last 8 games, they haven't given up more than 20 points. So they're playing some great football right now. I don't know if Daniel Jones and the New York Giants have enough steam to get this thing going. So I'm going to go with the Washington football team.
All right, 2 of us are fading New York tonight. Minty, who you got?
I know Washington is clearly the better team and clearly has a better head coach here, but I got to go with the New York Giants plus the points. Daniel Jones has won all 4 matchups against Washington since he's entered the league. The Giants are 11-5 against the spread against Washington their last 16 meetings, and they're 9-2 against the spread their last 11 road games. So how can I say the G-men here?
All right, well, Minty might be the favorite person here in New York. I'm going to side with the guys here on the table, and I'm going to fade the Giants tonight. And I'm looking at those Washington football team players because, look, I mean, Heineke, he was 11 for 15, 122 passing yards, and 1 touchdown. And he didn't even know that he was going to be playing. You got to think when you're better prepared that he's going to do good tonight. I also think that, look, I mean, the Giants struggled to get their run game going. Saquon, you know, they said he's questionable tonight. I do think that he is going to play. But look, I mean, coming off of that injury, it's a short week. It's not ideal. So I'm going to fade the Giants too. Sorry, New York. We know you're not happy, but at least you've got Minty here for you. She's taking the Giants tonight. Let's talk about injuries here. Saquon, for instance, what do you think about coming back from injury like that?
Well, you know, the ACL tear is a very big injury to come back from. And when you have your first test week 1, 4 days later, you're coming back to play another game. That's a big ask for anyone, and especially Saquon Barkley. As physical as he runs the football, as explosive as he is, I'm not sure if he's going to play or be if he's going to be as effective.
Right, exactly. I would agree. Minty, I'm going to kick this one to you just to talk from a betting perspective about injuries. Well, one, we've got a new quarterback coming in, right, for Washington and Heineke. How does that kind of affect the line? And then also when we look at someone like Saquon coming back from his injury, do you think that this is going to, you know, affect the game and the line? What should bettors be weighing in on, the new quarterback or maybe the injured star?
Look, we can't overreact to injuries here. I mean, injuries are built into the line. The only time an injury will actually affect the game is when you see the line move significantly. So Saquon coming into the season after recovering from a season-ending injury off a short week is a little risky. But remember, Tom Brady played with a torn MCL all last season. So it really depends on the player and how their bodies recover.
I would agree with that, but of course, Tom Brady is the GOAT. I mean, I learned in the Super Bowl last year never to bet against Tom Brady. But of course, I never thought that the Chiefs were not going to have at least one touchdown in that game.
I mean, Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in one game, and I wouldn't bet on him the same way I'm not betting on the Giants today. I'm sorry.
All right, well, that is our pre-gaming section tonight. You are watching the Betting Exchange live on MSG. Next up, the Big Bet Theory. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Betting Exchange, and it's time to play my favorite game in this or any multiverse, the Big Bet Theory, where I'm asking questions across the spectrum of sports and betting. If you win, you get points. If you don't win, guess what? You don't get any points. It's as simple as that. Contestants, are you ready?
Ready.
Born ready, baby.
All right, well, let's get it. Let's get to it. This first question is worth 150 points.
Okay.
We're going to college football. Alabama is currently the favorite to win the college football championship at plus 150, with Georgia at plus 400 in second place. Name 2 of the 3 teams tied for third at plus 900 odds. Oh, Katie got it right. I don't know if she got it right, but she got her thing
I
up.
got it up.
Who you got? Who you got?
All right, I like the Ohio State University. Clemson, and let's go Sooners, Oklahoma.
Okay, well, you only needed 2 or 3, but you got all 3, and you got 150 points teed up. Minty, tell me, is this a good value with Alabama or Georgia, or do you see another value that catches your eye?
Oof. Well, Alabama, I can't bet against, their 5-star recruit, Nick Saban. But if I had to go with one of the other 9-1 teams, I'd go with Ohio State, right? They have experience on its side, and this group is loaded and talented. Even if the quarterback is inexperienced and fresh, there are a ton of holes in their secondary. It's a tough run, but I like Ohio State.
Okay, the Ohio State. Let's see if they're the pick for the college football championship. Are you ready for question 2?
Yes.
Yep. All right, let's get to it. We're going to the NFL. There's only one game this week with a spread of less than 3 points. Name the matchup. Eric, what's up, Eric? What you got?
I'm going to go Cincinnati Bengals against the Chicago Bears.
I wish you were right, but you are not correct. Katie, can you steal?
It's definitely the Bears. And, God, who are they playing this weekend? I'm totally blanking on this one.
They're playing the Bengals, right?
Oh, the Bengals.
It's the Bengals and the Browns.
No, it's...
No, see,
All right,
I'm right.
you know what?
I'm
Eric
right.
got
You know
it
what?
first.
I
Eric
watched
got it
that.
right.
It's the you give me. I got the negative right. Eric got it right. It is the Bengals. It is the Browns. So must be there's 200 points with him. So Minty, this is a close game, right? What are some of the trends in the stats? You tried to make me feel better about Daniel Jones earlier. What are some of the trends and stats that you would take when you're measuring this up?
Okay, so the Bengals are expected to be one of the worst teams in the league with little to no hope in terms of wins. And the Bears aren't a bad team, but there are just other teams better than them, let's just say that. So, interestingly enough, when the Bears are favored by 2.5 or more points, they're 3-10 against the spread. Right? The Bengals, on the other hand, are very underrated. They're 10-5-1 against the spread when the dogs have 2.5 or more points. So, I would take the Bengals.
Nice.
All right, I like what she said. Minty Bets got it locked in. So we got 150 for Katie, 200 for Eric.
You might get a couple extra
0
points
for me.
that
It might be. I might have to slide some points under the table. I ain't gonna hold you. Question 3, 250 points. We're staying in the NFL. Who is the current favorite to lead the NFL in regular season sacks?
Ooh.
Eric, let's go.
Well, after the week 1 performance, it better be Chandler Jones.
It better be, and it is. 250 points for Eric. Chandler Jones leading the pack is the favorite. Minty, who do you think has the most value right now to run away with this?
Man, that was an awesome performance. 5 sacks, Titans. I mean, this year TJ Watt was the sacks leader in 15 sacks, so I kind of like TJ Watt, and maybe throw a little piece of money on Aaron Donald to have the most regular season sacks too. I think their schedule ahead of them, they have teams that potentially struggle against the next Panthers, so I think Donald.
Eric, after what you saw in week 1, you think Chandler can get that?
Yeah, I do. I like Chandler Jones. And when I look at it, I look at the offensive side of the ball. Kyler Murray in this offense, they're going to be putting up points. So the Arizona Cardinals are going to be playing with the lead. What that means, teams have to pass rush time.
All right. Well, we got time for one more question. We're going to get this in right now. The Chiefs are favorite to win the AFC West. Who has the worst odds to win the division? 250 points, Katie, 250 points?
I looked at it this morning. I think it's a little bit disrespectful because of the last game, but it is the Raiders, right? The Raiders are the
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. Wow.
They ain't gonna like that, but you gonna like 250 points.
Yep.
So, Minty, real quick, does their week 1 performance change your mind about the Raiders possibly winning this division?
Maybe because I'm a little biased. I mean, I know they look horrible most of the game, but I think they got the teams worked out in week 1. They'll adjust from here on out. And, hey, they're great at the surprising outright wins. Don't forget, last season they won straight up against the Saints, Browns, and the Chiefs. Starting the season out with a bang, winning against the Ravens. I don't think they would win the division, but I have a lot of hope.
Well, I ain't touching the Black Hole fans. There's something different,
Oh, no.
man. I'm leaving that alone. Good luck to y'all this season. But congratulations to Eric. He is the winner of the Big Bet Theory and gets to give us the New York Shore Shot later on in this program. So thank you for playing the game. Y'all were awesome. And when we come back, it's time for you to get in your bag. We're building our portfolio, money line, spreads, all of that. It's the Betting Exchange live on MSG. Join us.
All right, welcome back to the Betting Exchange live on MSG. Guys, we have reached the money portion of the show today. This is our portfolios. We're going to break down our best bets for the evening. We're going to give you a spread bet. It can be money line as well. We're going to talk to you about a point total, that's the over or the under, and we're also going to give you a prop bet for the weekend. Hopefully we'll make you guys some cash and ourselves some cash on top of that, right? Because we're really making these bets here. All right, so first up is the spread. Again, it also can be money line. Jeff, sock it to me. What you got?
All right. Y'all never say that I let my fandom get in the way of a good bet, all right? I'm taking the Cowboys money line against the Chargers. Yes, I said that, the Cowboys money line against the Chargers, because I looked at their offense, and I'm gonna keep it real. They played pretty well, and the Chargers, they were all right, but I don't think that they're going to let them beat them. I don't care where it is. It could be in LA, it could be in Pluto, wherever. I'm gonna take the money. I liked how the Cowboys looked better than the Chargers. I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, but yes, Cowboys money line.
All right, I happen to like what you said. We'll get into that a little bit later. Eric, tell me about your spread.
My spread, I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like the Steelers in this one. Listen, the Raiders, while they had a great offensive performance last week, Derek Carr throwing for over 400 yards, but listen, the Steelers have a great defense. Minkah Fitzpatrick lined up against Darren Waller. I like my matchup with Minkah Fitzpatrick, so I think the Steelers do a great job, shut it down, and end up winning.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers had that huge upset for the Bills.
Yeah, great
performance. Of course, here in New York, we didn't appreciate too much, but I completely understand. Minty, talk to us about your spread.
All right, I'm going with the Saints -3.5 over the Panthers. Simple enough. They've got the more experienced quarterback, the talented offense, better defense, and a great head coach in Sean Payton. The one win on their record was against one of the best teams in the league, while the Panthers' one win was against the Jets. And I mean, anyone can look good against the Jets, so I think the Saints cover comfortably here.
All right, I like that bet actually a lot. And truth be told, guys, I locked this one in before I sat next to this guy. You told me about all of the injuries. However, we're riding together on this one.
Let's do it.
I'm all in on the Cowboys money line, you guys. It's +150. And look, I agree with you. I think that the Cowboys looked spectacular, actually, considering what I thought they were going to look like against the Bucks, obviously the defending champions there. And look, I think that this is going to come down to like the last call, you know, the very last ball. And if we're going to do that, the spread is so close. You might as well hammer the money line, which is what I'm doing. But again, I locked this in before the injuries came to play. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta let it ride, people. And that's what we're doing here on the Betting Exchange. Next up, let's talk some totals. Let's talk over under. Who you got?
All right, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Bucks, Falcons, the over is right now is 51.5. It could be 61. It could be 71. The way that Tampa Bay Bucks offense looked and the way Atlanta looked, I know it's a divisional game and I get it. These can be pretty close and you throw all the previous performances out the window, but nah. I think they're going over. I think they're going to have a back-to-back great showing, and I don't know what Atlanta's going to do, but I don't think what they're going to do is play better than the Bucks.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Minty, I just want to have you weigh in real quick. You riding with this one?
Yeah, I like that. You know, the Bucks were one of the scoring leaders last season, so I don't doubt that. I have nothing against that one, Jeff.
All right. You got some.
That's a professional. That's a professional. You see the squad. The ride is good. We got premium driving squad riding over here. So
doesn't get any better than that. Eric, who's your over/under here?
My over/under is the Cowboys-Chargers. The over is 55.5, and there's entirely too much offense in this game for me not to take the over. I love what we talked about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, but let's talk about Justin Herbert with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Rashawn Slater protecting his backside. I love it. And then when you look at the Cowboys defense, they got Randy Gregory's out with COVID, and you have one of the other pass rushers out with the injury. So listen, there's not going to be too much of a pass rush. There's going to be a ton of points put up. I'm going to take the over 55.5.
And the money line, right? Also?
Oh, yeah. I'll take that.
Maybe not. All right. All right, for me, I'm looking at the Packers game, and Minty kind of touched on this earlier. Yeah, I think that it's 48.5. I'm taking the over in that one because, look, Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he only put up 3 points. It was pretty embarrassing last week, but he's the 3-time MVP. You got to imagine that he's going to do better. I think that this line is a bit of an overreaction to Game 1, and as much as I hate to say this as a Niners fans, the Lions still put up 33 points against my team, so I like that over 48.5. Minty, who you got?
All right, I'm going over 47.5 in the Texans-Browns game. The Browns are a good team these days. Very, very good on both sides of the ball. I do expect them to have no mercy and do all the scoring, but as we saw in week 1, the Texans can score too with the veteran players on their roster. Houston gave up the 6th most points to their opponents, and the Browns are ranked 11th most in that category, so I got to go over.
All right, I like that bet actually a lot. All right, moving on to the prop bets. This is the fun one for you at home that don't know what a prop bet is. It's when you wager on something to happen in the game that has nothing to do with the actual outcome of the game. All right, Jeff, hit us with your prop.
All right, I'm doing a little bit of shotgun on the squad ride with Minty. I'm doing Browns and Texans total touchdown scored over 5.5. You already heard what the professional had to say. There's going to be a lot of offense in this. And if we're talking about total touchdowns, yeah, I think they're going to clear this easily after what I saw in week 1.
All right, how you feel about that?
Listen, I like it.
Oh,
but for my,
we're so nice. We're all so nice. Everybody loves everybody. We're all getting along.
For my prop bet, I'm going with the New York Jets game.
Yeah. Oh.
And the Jets totaling 18.5 points. I'm going to take the under on this one. Listen, in the last 4 years, since 2018, Bill Belichick's defense has given up 10.2 points a game against rookie quarterbacks, and that includes Justin Herbert. You talk about Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Tua Tagovailoa. So that's a lot of good quarterbacks. The Patriots are going to be ready. I think the Jets under 18.5.
Yeah, all right, we're going to have to wrap this up pretty quick, but I like this, the Browns to win the game and have the first touchdown. Obviously, I think the Browns are going to win this one. I'm a little bit afraid of double-digit spreads, but look, I think they're going to win, and I also think they can get the first touchdown. So that is my prop bet, and these are all of our portfolios.
Yes, sir.
Next up, we have Last Call. You're watching The Betting Exchange live on MSG. Don't go anywhere.
What's good? You're back on the Betting Exchange, and we're having such a dope time. We almost didn't give Minty Bet her props for her proposition bet. So, Minty, let me know who you got for your prop bet.
Okay, so my prop bet real quick is the Eagles to score over 23.5 points. I know the Niners have very high expectations since this is a healthy team coming into the season, but the Niners gave up an average of 24 points per game in 2020, and the Eagles in their season opener performed pretty well. That offense could be elite with time, but they have a great foundation. I like them to dunk on the Niners here and score over 23.5 points.
Ooh. You know, if I knew your prop was going to have anything to do with the Eagles, I would not have came back to you, Minty. But you're keeping it real, and for Philly fans, I hope you're correct. So now we're going to get into our last call, our rapid fire prop bet proposition, where I'm asking the questions and you guys are gonna have to convince me, compel me to make an argument as to which way we should go.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. First up, Miss Mox,
Oh.
we're going Ravens-Chiefs Sunday Night Football. The over-under for touchdown scored is 6.5. Which way you going, the over or the under?
Ooh, I'm actually going to take the under on this one, which I hate to do because I love betting overs. I always say life is too short to bet the under. But with this one, I mean, I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes just absolutely owns Lamar Jackson. He is 0-3 up against Patrick Mahomes. Tough game for Lamar last week, too, with those 2 fumbles there in the end. I just don't have a whole lot of faith that he's going to get there, so I'm taking the under 6.5 here. I believe in Patrick Mahomes. As talented as Lamar is, I don't think he's going to get there.
All right, you drive a hard argument, but we're going to go to Minty. We're going to go to the West Coast talking about the NL West. Right now, the Dodgers and the Giants, they're vying for that position. The Giants have a 2.5 lead on the Dodgers, and they're currently the favorite at minus 135 odds. Who do you think is taking the NL West?
I gotta go with San Francisco since I already bet on the Giants to win the NL and the World Series, so I have to have faith here. As of late, the Giants have crushed the Dodgers, and although I think LA has the pitching advantage here, I think offensively, San Francisco just always surprises us, so let's go Giants.
All right, as a Bay Area fan, I will say you hurt my feelings with the Niners, but you made up for it there with the Giants. Thank you very much. We're still friends.
All right, let's go to Eric. Here goes yours. Chiefs first loss. There's a lot of bets in on where they're going to have it. Where do you see the best value for them?
I see the best value for the Chiefs' first loss at Week 5. Playing the Buffalo Bills. Yes, they passed the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, they have a couple of the Chargers who they play. But Week 5 at Buffalo versus Buffalo, Josh Allen. Listen, I think he's going to hit his stride right at Week 5. That defense, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, they have too much talent over there. I think Week 5 is going to be the time when the Chiefs have their first loss.
All right, y'all made a lot of great arguments, but I'm riding with Minty Bets and the NL West. She got a lot of money, and I'm riding with you. You were the New York Short Shot. You won the Big Bet Theory, Mr. Erik Coleman, so I need you to give it to me right now. Who's your New York Short Shot?
My New York Short Shot is the Buffalo Bills beating the Miami Dolphins.
Woo.
Listen, Miami has lost the last 5 to Buffalo. Josh Allen is going to have a revenge game. This is the time. That's my short shot.
All right, New York, lock into that. You already know what it is. This was a great time. Thank you for joining us on the Betting Exchange. And until next time, make money, don't let the money make you. We'll see you soon.